ocean, sea face, and this thing very well, live next to it. We always see the waves, the waves in storm, the wave when the sea is calm. But that is what our definition. We see the sky, we see the ocean. That's it, simple. But actually, the ocean is not just the surface of the waves. It is in depth, the bottom, and the bottom of the ocean is calm. And again, I use documentary to view that. uh, but yeah, that is what. And these books, the monks like Dalai Lama, this author of this book, this or Thich Nhat Hanh, they spend their entire life on this subject, and these topics, and the way they teach to the world. They these monks, they bring the actually peace and this thing into the world, which I really resonate with them. And when we read their book, it is like, they take our finger, they give us that particular safety security. And safety security, I will explain you why I'm saying that. Because no one wants to read this type of books, because you think, these are something boring, or this is not something for me. But they help you to go into depth of your mind. And they help. Otherwise, we do not have, absolutely, we do not have in our regular life time to read these slow books and try to understand our mind. Okay. But when we read this type of books, they take our hand, go into the depth of our mind. And then we start realizing, oh, means, I'm with my mind, or I'm in this world for so many years, and I haven't realized that my mind or me, I have this power. And it comes to you. So my simple this thing to you is just keep your mind open. We'll go through it, and try to understand from your perspective. Okay. It is not something like, since I'm meditating for 10 years, 100 years, that means my word is final word. No, absolutely no. That is what I love, what Osho said. Like, you see Buddha statue everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. Buddha statue, or you see monks sitting on the meditation. And we say, oh, he's the greatest meditator. But actual practice, their meditation or their level, whatever they achieved, okay, is not going to help me at all in any sense. Absolutely no. Okay. If I see a photograph of some guru, or who is actually preaching you for meditation for 125 years or 50 years, no, this is not going to help me at all. Okay. Only my practice is going to help me. Even if I do 1 minute mindfulness, only 1 minute of meditation, only 1 minute of silence, that is going to help me. The whole idea of these sessions in future also will continue this type of this thing, to just will keep our mind open. We'll see what author says, and we'll explore our life, our meditation practice. And definitely we are there to support you. If you have any particular question, then again, the way I guide it, because I always treat you people are angel, because I always meet you virtually. My this thing, we are all already brilliant. We have read so much on meditation, so there is no me telling you something different. Okay. Better, if you have any question, then please ask. I will suggest you the book around it. Okay. Because there is always book, there is always this thing available to you. And definitely I have, like I done in pandemic. Actually, I attended a meditation session from the person. He's also author. He like the dummies for meditation. He is a author of the book. Then in pandemic, I attended few monks meditation, 40 days meditation, mindfulness, and all that. I have those series. But for that, definitely I want you all to be prepared and start loving these practices. Okay. So let's start from today. If anyone want to share something, otherwise we'll start like usual, our reading, one few pages per day. Anyone want to share anything before we start? Say yes or no. There is no may for me to know my net connection is there
No,
or
no,
not.
nothing from my
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Uh, should we start from preface or directly from chapter one?
No, we'll start now. We'll read this little bit.
Yeah.
It will help us to understand,
Okay.
get
Yeah.
some
Fine.
insight. If there is anything interesting, like I don't know. Yeah, I think this is something it can add to our experience, right? Let's start from preface. Yeah. Who would
Okay.
like to read today? Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't
So
put things.
yeah, just put your name in a chat. Those who wants to read, I'll just start with preface. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll.
Okay, okay.
then next person will go. Okay, so let's start with preface. In my experience, I found that the most effective way to express something new in a way people can understand is to use the simple language possible. I have also learned from teaching that the more rigid the language, which is to say, the less it account flexibly for the inevitable variety of people's experience, the less effective that teaching is. Who would want to meet with stern and rigid language, especially when learning something new, especially something we may not normally engage with during daily life? That approach can cause meditation, the practice of mindfulness, to appear as something that you cannot always do. This book presents the antidote to that view. At its heart, this is a straightforward book written in ordinary, everyday language. Yet, within these pages, you will find rich instruction to begin to discover for yourself the true power of mindfulness in your life and its many related benefits. I wrote this book in response to the many requests I received for just an introduction. You may find this book an especially useful resource if you are taking up the practice of mindfulness meditation by yourself without access to the teacher or experience guide. In the 20 years since Wisdom publications first released Mindfulness in Plain English, we have seen mindfulness influences more and more aspects of our modern society and culture. Education, psychotherapy, art, yoga, medicine, and Berg. No, I don't know this word actually. Anyone? Bergoni. Okay, I'll find out the meaning. Science of the brain. And more people seek out mindfulness for any number of reasons to reduce stress, to improve physical and psychological well being, to be more effective, skillful, and kind in relationship at work and throughout their life. And I hope that whatever reason have brought you to this book or have brought this book you to this book or have brought this book to you, you will find within it clear pointers to an incomparable beneficial path. Bhante Gururantana. Who is next for reading? Hello.
I can read. I put my name.
Yeah. So do we want to acknowledge? No, we. Yeah. Let's start from chapter one. Yes, Madhuraj. Go ahead. Chapter one.
Chapter 1, Meditation. Why bother? Meditation is not easy. It takes time, it takes energy. It also takes grit, determination, and discipline. It requires a host of personal qualities that we normally regard as unpleasant and like to avoid whenever possible. We can sum up all of these qualities in the American word grumptious. Gumption. Oh, that's gumption. That's new word as well. Meditation takes gumption. It is certainly a great deal easier just to sit back and watch television. So why bother? Why waste all that time and energy when you could be out enjoying yourself? Why? Simple. Because you are human. Just because of the simple fact that you are human, you find yourself here to an inherent unsatisfactioniness in life that simply will not go away. You can suppress it from your awareness for a time. You can distract yourself for hours on end, but it always comes back, and usually when you least expect it. All of a sudden, seemingly out of the blue, you sit up, take stock, and realize your actual situation in life. There you are. And you suddenly realize that you are spending your whole life just barely getting by. You keep up a good front. You manage to make ends meet somehow, and look okay from the outside. But those periods of desperation, those times when you feel everything caving in on you, you keep those to yourself. You are a mess and you know it, but you hide it beautifully. Meanwhile, way down under all of that, you just know that there has to be some other way to live, a better way to look at the world, a better way to touch life more fully. You check into you click into it by chance now and then. You get a good job. You fall in love. You win the game. For a while, things are different. Life takes on a richness and clarity, and that makes all the bad times and humdrum fade away. The whole texture of your experience changes, and you say to yourself, okay, now I have made it. Now I will be happy. But then that fades too, like smoke in the wind. You are left with just a memory that the wage awareness that something is wrong. You feel that there really is a whole other realm of depth and sensitivity available in life. Somehow you are just not seeing it. You wind up feeling cut off. You feel insulted from the sweetness of experience by some sort of sensory cotton. You're not really touching life. You are not making it again. Then even that vague awareness fades away, and you are back to the same old reality. The world looks like the usual fall place. It is an emotional roller coaster, and you spend a lot of your time down at the bottom of your ramp, yearning for the heights. So, what is wrong with you? Are you a freak? Are you a freak? No, you are just a human, and you suffer from the same melody that infects every human being. It is a monster inside all of us, and it has many arms: chronic tension, lack of genuine compassion for others, including the people closest to you, blocked up feelings, and emotional deadness. Many, many arms. None of us entirely free from it. We may deny it. We try to suppress it. We build a whole culture around hiding from it, pretending it is not there, and distracting ourselves with goals, projects, and concerns about status. But it never goes away. It is a constant undercurrent in every thought and every perception. A little voice in the back of the mind that keeps saying, not good enough yet, need to have more, have to make it better, have to be better. It is a monster that manifests everywhere in subtle forms. Go to a party, listen to the laughter, those brittle tongue voices that express fun of the surface and fear underneath. Feel the tension, the pressure. Nobody really relaxes. They are freaking. Go to a ball game, watch the fans, the stand, watch the irrational tweets of the anger, watch the uncontrolled frustration bubbling forth from people that masquerades under the guise of enthusiasm or team spirit. Booing, catcalls, and unbridled egotism in the name of the team, loyalty, drunkenness, fights in the stands. These are people trying desperately to release tension from within. They are not people who are at peace with themselves. Watch the news on TV. Listen to the lyrics of popular songs. You find the same. You find the same theme repeated over and over in the variation: jealousy, suffering, discontent, and stress. Life seems to be a perpetual struggle, an enormous effort against staggering odds. And what is our solution to all this dissatisfaction? We get stuck in it. If only syndrome. If only I had more money, then I would be happy. If only I could find somebody who really loved me. If only I could lose 20 pounds. If only I had a color TV, a hot tub, a curly hair, and on forever. Wherever does all this junk come from? And more important, what can we do about it? It comes from the conditions of our own minds. It is a deep, subtle, and pervasive set of mental habits, a Gordian knot that we have tied bit by bit, and that we can only unravel in just the same way, one piece at a time. We can tune up our awareness, dredge up each separate piece, and bring it out into the light. We can make the unconscious conscious slowly, one piece at a time. The essence of our experience is change. Change is incessant. Moment by moment, life flows by, and it never the same. Perpetual fluctuation is the essence of the perpetual universe. A thought spring up in your head, and half a second later it is gone. In comes another one, and then that is gone too. A sound strike your ears, and then silence. Open your eyes, and the world pours in. Blink, and it is gone. People come into your life and go. Friends leave, relatives die. Your fortunes go up and they go down. Sometimes you win and just as often you lose. It is incessant. Change, change, change. No two moments ever the same. There are no, there is not a thing wrong with this. It is the nature of the universe. But human culture has taught us some odd responses to this endless flowing. We categorize experiences. We try to stick each perception, every mental change in this endless flow into one of three mental pigeonholes. It is good, bad, or neutral. Then, according to which box we stick it in, we perceive with a set of fixed habitual mental responses. If a particular perception has been labeled good, then we try to freeze time right there. We grab onto the particular thought, fondle it, hold it, and we try to keep it from escaping. When that does not work, we go all out in our effort to repeat the experience that caused the thought. Let us call this mental habit gasping. Over the other side of the mind lies the box labeled bad. When we perceive something bad, we try to push it away. We try to deny it, reject it, and get rid of it any way we can. We fight against our own experience. We run from pieces of ourselves. Let us call this mental habit rejecting. Between these two reactions lies the neutral box. Here we place the experience that are neither good nor bad. They are tepid, neutral, uninteresting. We pack experience away in the neutral box so that we can ignore it and thus return on our attention to where the action is, namely our endless round of desire and aversion. So, this neutral category of experience get robbed of its fair share of our attention. Let us call let us call this mental habit ignoring. The direct result of all this lunacy is a perpetual treadmill race to nowhere, endless pounding after pleasure, endless fleeing from pain, and endlessly ignoring 90% of our experience. Then we wonder why life tastes so flat. In the final analysis, this system does not work. No matter how hard you pursue pleasure and success, there are times when you fail. No matter how fast you flee, there are times when your pain catches up with you. And in between those times, life is so boring you could scream. Our minds are full of opinions and criticism. We have built we have built walls of all around ourselves and are trapped in the prison of our own likes and dislikes. We suffer. Suffering is a big word in Buddhist thought. It is a key term and should be thought thoroughly understood. The Pali word is dukkha, and it does not just mean the agony of the body. It means that deep, subtle sense of dissatisfaction that is part of every mind moment and that results directly from the treadmill. Whoever want to take, please take from here. Thank you.
I think Swasti is written a name, na? Swasti, you can take
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah, I'm starting. Okay, I will start from suffering only. Suffering is a big word in Buddhism. Buddhist thought it is a key term and should be thoroughly understood. The Pali word is dukkha, and it does not just mean the agony of the body. It means the deep, subtle sense of dissatisfaction that is part of every mind movement, and that result directly from the mental treadmill. The essence of life is suffering, said the Buddha. At first glance, this statement seems exceedingly morbid and pessimistic. It even seems untrue. After all, there are plenty of times when we are happy, aren't there? No, there are not. It just seems that way. Take any moment when you feel really fulfilled and examine it closely. Down under the joy, you will find that subtle, all pervasive, pervasive undercurrent of tension that no matter how great this moment is, it is going to end. No matter how much you just gained, you are inevitably either going to lose some of it or spend the rest of your days guarding what you have and scheming how to get more. And in the end, you are going to die. In the end, you lose everything. It is all transitory. Sounds pretty bleak, doesn't it? Luckily, it is not. Not at all. It only sounds bleak when you view it from the ordinary mental perspective, the very perspective at which the treadmill mechanism operates. Underneath lies another perspective, a completely different way to look at the universe. It is a level of functioning in which the mind does not try to freeze time, does not grasp onto our experience as it flows by, and does not try to block things out and ignore them. It is a level of experience beyond good and bad, beyond pleasure and pain. It is a lovely way to perceive the world, and it is learnable skill. It is not easy, but it can be learned. Happiness and peace are really the prime issue in human existence. That is what all of us are seeking. This is often a bit hard to see because we cover up those basic goals with layers of surface objectives. We want food, wealth, sex, entertainment, and respect. We even say to ourselves that the idea of happiness is too abstract. Look, I am practically just give me an I am practical. Just give me enough money and I will buy all the happiness I need. Unfortunately, this is an attitude that does not work. Examine each of these goals and you will find that they are superficial. You want food? Why? Because I am hungry. So you are hungry. So what? Well, if I eat, I won't be hungry. And then I will feel good. Haha, good. Now there is the real item. What we really seek is not the surface goal. Those are just means to an end. What we really after is the feeling of relief that comes when the drive is satisfied. Relief, relaxation, and an end to the tension, peace, happiness, no more yearning. So, what is the happiness? Or most of us, the idea of perfect happiness would be to have everything we want and be in control of everything. Playing scissor, making the whole world dance a zig according to our every whim. Once again, it does not work that way. Take a look at the people in the history who have actually held this type of power. They were not happy people. Certainly, they were not at peace with themselves. Why not? Because they were drive to control the world totally and absolutely, and they could not. They want to control all people. Yet, there remained people who refused to be controlled. These people, these powerful people could not control the star. They still got sick. They still had to die. You can't ever get everything you want. It is impossible. Luckily, there is another option. You can learn to control your mind, to step outside of the endless cycle of desire and aversion. You can learn not to want what you want, to recognize desire but not to be controlled by them. This does not mean that you lie down on the road and invite everybody to walk all over you. It means that you continue to live a very normal looking life, but live from a whole new viewpoint. You do the things that a person must do, but you are free from that obsessive compulsive drivenness of your own desires. You want something, but you don't need to chase after it. You fear something, but you don't need to stand there quacking in your boots. This sort of mental cultivation is very difficult. It takes years, but trying to control everything is impossible. The difficult is preferable to the impossible. Wait a minute, though. Peace and happiness. Isn't that what civilization is all about? We build skyscrapers and freeways. We have paid vacations, TV set. We provide free hospital and sick leaves, social security and welfare benefits. All of that is aimed at providing some measure of peace and happiness. Yet the rate of mental illness climbs steadily and the crime rates rise faster. The streets are crawling with aggressive and unstable individuals. Stick your arm outside the safety of your own door, and somebody is very likely to steal your watch. Something is not working. A happy person does not steal. One who is at peace with him or herself does not feel driven to kill. We like to think that our society is employing every area of human knowledge in order to achieve peace and happiness. But this is not true. We are just beginning to realize that we have overdeveloped the material aspect of existence at the expense of a deeper emotional and spiritual aspect. And we are paying the price for that error. It is not one thing to talk about the generation of moral and spiritual fiber in America today, and another thing to actually do something about it. The place to start is within ourselves. Look carefully inside, truthfully and objectively, and each of us will see moment when I am the delinquent and I am the crazy person. We will learn to see those moments, see them clearly, cleanly, and without condemnation, and we will be on our way up and out of being so. You can't make radical changes in the pattern of your life until you begin to see yourself exactly as you are now. As soon you do that, changes will flow naturally. You don't have to force anything, struggle, or obey rules dictated to you by some authority. It is automatic. You just change. But arriving at that initial insight is quite a task. You have to see who you are and how you are without illusion, judgment, or resistance of any kind. You have to see your place in society and your function as a social being. You have to see your duties and obligation to your fellow human being, and above all, your responsibility to yourself as an individual living with other individuals. And finally, you have to see all of that clearly as a single unit, an irreducible whole of interrelationship. It sounds complex, but it can occur in a single instant. Mental cultivation through meditation is without rival in helping you achieve this sort of understanding and serene happiness. The Dhammapada, an ancient Buddhist text which anticipated by thousands of years, says, what you are now is the result of what you were. What you will be tomorrow will be the results of what you are now. The consequences of an evil mind will follow you like the cart follow the ox that pulls it. The consequences of the purified mind will follow you like your own shadow. No one can do more for you than your own purified mind. No parent, no relatives, no friend, no one. A well disciplined mind brings happiness. Meditation is in, intended to purify the mind. It cleanses the thought process of what can be called psych irritants, things like greed, hatred, and jealousy, which keep you s- snarled up in the emotional bondage. Meditation brings the mind to a state of tranquility and awareness, a state of concentration and insight. In our society, we are great believers in education. We believe that knowledge makes a person civilized. Civilization, however, polishes a person only superficially. Subjects are noble and sophisticated gentle person to the stresses of war or economic collapse and see what happens. It is one thing to obey the law because you know the penalties and fear the consequences. It is something else entirely to obey the law because you have cleansed yourself from the greed that would make you steal and the hatred that would make you kill. throw a stone into a stream. The running water would smooth the stone surface, but the inside remains untouched, unchanged. Take that some stone and place it in the intense fire of forge, and it will melt. The whole stone change inside and out. Civilization change a person on the outside. Meditation softens a person from the within. Throw, throw, and throw. Meditation is called the great teacher. It is the cleansing, crucible fire that works slowly but surely. Through understanding, the greater your understanding, the more flexible and tolerant, the more compassionate you can be. You become like a perfect parent or an ideal teacher. You are ready to forgive and forget. You feel love towards others because you understand them, and you understand others because you have understood yourself. You have looked deeply inside and seen self illusion and your own human feelings, seen your own humanity, and learned to forgive and to love. When you have learned compassion for yourself, compassion for others is automatic. An accomplished meditator has achieved a profound understanding of life, and he or she inevitably relates to the world with a deep and uncritical love. Meditation is a lot like cultivating a new land. To make a field out of a forest, first you have to clear the trees and pull out the stumps. Then you till the soil and fertilize it. Sow your seed and harvest your crops. To cultivate your mind, first you have to clear out the various irritants that are in the way. Pull them right out by the root so that they won't grow back. Then you fertilize, you pump energy and discipline into the mental soil. Then you sow the seed and harvest your crop of faith, morality, mindfulness, and wisdom. Faith and morality, by the way, have a special meaning in this context. Buddhism does not advocate faith in the sense of believing something because it is written in a book, attributed to a prophet, or taught to you by some authority figure. The meaning of faith here is closer to confidence. It is knowing that something is true because you have seen it work, because you have observed that very thing within yourself. In some way, morality is not the ritualistic obedience to code of behavior imposed by an external authority. It is rather a healthy habit pattern that you have consciously and voluntarily chosen to impose upon yourself because you recognize its superiority to your present behavior. If someone else want to read, they can.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you. The purpose of meditation is personal transformation. The you that goes in one side of the meditation experience is not the same you that comes out the other side. Meditation changes your character by a process of sensitization, by making you deeply aware of your own thoughts, words, and deeds. Your arrogance evaporates and your antagonism dries up. Your mind becomes still and calm, and your life smooths out. Thus, meditation, properly performed, prepares you to meet the ups and downs of existence. It reduces your tension, fear, and worry. Restlessness recedes and passion moderates. Things begin to fall into place, and your life becomes a glide instead of a struggle. All of this happens through understanding. Meditation sharpens your concentration and your thinking power. Then, piece by piece, your own subconscious motives and mechanics become clear to you. Your intuition sharpens, the precision of your thought increases, and gradually you come to a direct knowledge of things as they really are, without prejudice and without illusion. So, are these reasons enough to bother? Scarcely. There are just These are just promises on paper. There is only one way you will ever know if meditation is worth the effort. Learn to do it right and do it. See for yourself. Chapter 2. Will we continue? Chapter 2. What meditation isn't. Meditation is a word. You have heard this word before, or you would never have picked up this book. The thinking process operates by association, and all sorts of ideas are associated with the word meditation. Some of them are probably accurate, and others are hogwash. Some of them pertain more properly to other systems of meditation and have nothing to do with vipassana practice. Before we proceed, it behooves us to blast some of that residue out of our neuron circuits so that new information can pass unimpeded. Let us start with some of the most obvious stuff. We are We are not going to teach you to contemplate your navel or to chant secret syllables. You are not conquering demons or harnessing invisible energies. There are no colored bells given for your performance, and you don't have to shave your head or wear a turban. You don't have to give away all your belongings and move to a monastery. In fact, unless your life is immoral and chaotic, you can probably get started right away and make some progress. Sounds fairly encouraging, wouldn't you say? There are many books on the subject of meditation. Some of them are written from a point of view that lies squarely within one particular religious or philosophical tradition. And many of the authors have not bothered to point this out. They make statements about meditation that sound like general laws, but are actually highly specific procedures exclusive to that particular system of practice. Worse yet is the panoply of complex theories and interpretations available, often at odds with one another. The result is a real mess, an enormous jumble of conflicting opinions accompanied by a mass of extraneous data. This book is specific. We are dealing exclusively with the Vipassana system of meditation. We are going to teach you to watch the functioning of your own mind in a calm and detached manner so you can gain insight into your own behavior. The goal is awareness, and awareness so intense, concentrated, and finally tuned that you will be able to pierce the inner workings of reality itself. There are a number of common misconceptions about meditation. We see the same questions crop up again and again from new students. It is best to deal with these things at once because they are the sort of preconceptions that can block your progress right from the outset. We are going to take these misconceptions one at a time and dissolve them. Misconception one: meditation is
Yeah.
just a
Just a
relaxation.
minute, huh, Deepika. Like, Milinji,
Yeah.
do we want to go ahead with the misconception because there are many and we are at 4:20? Or shall we take them tomorrow?
Okay. No, we will continue from tomorrow. Okay. So 10 minutes are left. So uh, let's share your views, or if you have any comments, we'll continue from misconception one from tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Deepika
you,
ji.
thank you.
Thank you, Madhura. Thank you, Swasti.
Thank you.
Mansi,
Thank
you
you,
like to share
Swasti,
something?
Madhura ma'am, and Deepika ji for reading for us. Yes, yes, Milinji. Yeah. We can start sharing. Whoever wants to share
Yes.
anything. Yeah. Yes, anyone can just unmute and speak their insights or whatever was their takeaway from the reading so far.
Hi all, it's Madhura here. I can start with break the silence. um, yeah, the first chapter which I read, I really like it. Why bother? Is because that's what it's like. A normally, all human beings just like think in that way. Like people think in that way. Means I used to think that way as well. Just to give my experience to it. Why bother? And in Marathi, because my mother Marathi is my mother tongue, it's called kashala ugats. So I always used to think kashala ugats means if there are no benefits, why bother, right? So it's exactly same kashala ugats. So but no, obviously I've been doing meditation long now, many years now, and I know all the good benefits of it. And it's like if you don't eat it, you will not know it. It's like that. So you have to eat it, you have to taste it, then only you would know. It's That's what meditation is in simple language. Yeah, I will not take much time, but whoever want to share next, they can. Yeah, thank you all.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you, Madhura.
and thank you for sharing beautiful learning. Yeah, uh, it was wonderful reading the first chapter, and I think it also talks about the concept of happiness. What we are hankering for in today's life, everyone is hankering for happiness here and there, searching for happiness in objects and luxuries and in everything. But I think the author says that it is getting converted into greed or anger or impatience mm, or all other negative emotions. Uh, but our intention is to search for happiness. So he is trying to convey that yes, meditation is that powerful tool which will give you the inner essence of that happiness. What actually it is, we can feel that happiness with the help of meditation. So yes, very true that it is a powerful tool, and we can go inside and we can actually know who we are, and actually know the true meaning of happiness which we are searching in this outer world. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Mm,
Deepika ji, for your
yeah,
insights
thank
in this
you.
book.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something like one thing that caught my attention was the initial chapter when we read about like how how people feel messed up, or whoever, like even ourselves included. So it's like when we feel messed up, but still we are like we show up that nothing is like that, and I can see people all around us. We see everywhere, right? Like in the social
Yeah.
media age, that although we are messed up somewhere, or we are not able to accept it even to ourselves first and then to others, to find that courage and then experience that truth. So that is that one thing that just caught my attention. And the other part, that beautiful paragraph from the Buddhist scripture, that was given, that was very very beautiful, where he explained about happiness, and where he also mentioned about like how we feel not enough, and how we actually it's that reminds me of one of the thing by one of my mentor, who always keeps to used to say that hurt people. So it's basically in this also, where it was explained na, like when someone is happy, actually they will not want to kill or hurt or like do some theft or something like that. So it's only because somewhere people are feeling it's not enough, and they are not happy with their own lives or some things. So that is why they indulge in such things. So that is something that just caught my attention today. So yeah, and everything was beautiful, and in fact, I'm curious and looking forward to read about the misconceptions, which we will read tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank
And
you,
it's a
Mansi,
nice
for
book,
sharing.
Milinji. Thank you for picking that up. And the language is so simplified. It's very relatable, I would say. It's not complicated at all. So
Yeah,
that was
simply,
nice.
in a very first chapter, he just mentioned about the outer world and inner world. He showed we are all witnessing this one, yeah, how our outer world is shaped, We blame I blame social media and all that, but this is nothing. We all know the story, a story, that very simple story where the father gives his sons to a jigsaw puzzle where there's a whole world map, and he comes out of with the solution in 10 minutes. So his father got really surprised at that, how he's able to fix the whole jigsaw puzzle in 10 minutes, because at the back of that particular map there is this figure of a person, a man, which is very easy to fix. That I really love that simplicity of the story. Is the same thing, like whatever we are seeing outside, that is what again very first chapter he explained, is actually our all our internal representation. Another example, we have watched so many movies in a theater. How many of time we actually seen the projector, which is actually at the background? No, we always watch the movies, we cry, we dance, we happy, and all those emotions are on the screen, and we always engage in that particular screen. But we never see the projector which is at the bound. We never see the blank screen. And this particular book actually helps us to touch to that screen, which is our internal screen, and the projector, which is our mind. And yeah, this is beautiful. This definitely book will bring all those things to us, saying that there is nothing outside, actually everything is happening inside. And yeah, this book will help us to understand that. That is the beauty of this whole book. And at the end he mentioned exactly the same thing. It is all a practice, practice, practice. The way Madhura initially she said about Ugas Kashala, we live in a world where saying why we should make some extra effort. That is also author mentioned that we will go for watching movies and enjoyment, and outside. That is what people day by day do, day and night do, because they want to forget what's happening inside, their sufferings and everything. So they found this different way. Ugas Kashala, and this particular term come from this thing, like India, the Himalaya mountain, Everest, and everything is next to Indian. But how many Indians actually climb those mountains? But actually, the first is this one, yeah, the Sherpa Tenzing. He actually tried. No one in Indian tried that one. So the question is, yes, it is all available like this meditation, yoga, but it is explored a lot by Western world. So because we always have this factor that Ugas Kashala, why should I waste my time on this thing? And real solution lies there. That's the whole our efforts now. Again, this is, I should say, it is effortless now, that we should pick up this type of books and keep on reading and see how to explore our internal world. So thank you for your sharing, everyone. Thanks for attending the session again. Yeah. Yeah, oh, the only reason I pick up the very put this first screen on the on for sharing is John Kabat-Zinn. He says this is the masterpiece. John Kabat-Zinn, he is the person in Western countries who bring mindfulness into meditation. He bring this mindfulness based MBSSR training into the medicine, and is very well known. Definitely we will pick up his book as well. And he is also awesome in this area of mindfulness. Just to add this thing, yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, we are all exactly on 12 o'clock, so that is 1 hour. Anyone
Yeah,
else?
Swasti, you want to add something? Deepika ma'am, Swasti, anything more you
No,
want to add?
nothing. Nothing.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. No problem. Yeah, I think we are done then, Milinji. It
Okay,
was
yeah.
beautiful start, a beautiful beginning, in
Awesome.
fact.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Mansi, we haven't done the recording, right?
No,
Have we? No.
we are doing, we are doing. I have
We are doing
recorded it.
okay. Yeah, fine, fine. Okay, so what I'll do anyway, like I do for my reading, I will get the AI notes, my notes out of it from
Okay.
different this thing, and I'll share. Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you have that main original format which Richa use? The
No,
design
yeah, yeah,
actually.
that I have, but she normally does it in the PPT format. So, do you want to
Okay.
use that? Will you be comfortable? Because I am not.
No, if you have,
Uh,
if you have, then send me. Otherwise, I will create my
I
format and
I
I'll do.
don't have the PPT version because she
Okay.
does it. I can
Okay.
send you the background, a JPEG version of that
Yeah,
background.
send me the background. At least I'll use that. Some kind of little bit of branding kind of
Yeah,
thing.
or you
You know?
we can create new also. That is also okay because depending on
Fine,
every
fine.
book, we curate it also at times.
I will I will
So
I will share my notes from this one because
yeah,
after
I
four,
will share
five, six.
whatever I have with you, and then you can
Yeah, yeah,
curate it also as per your
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
thing. And
yeah,
you want me to share something, you let me know. I will do that.
yeah, yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, joining. See you tomorrow with
Yeah,
the next
thank
session.
you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Thanks. Bye.